Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be doing a fun little get ready with me, and we're going to be using pretty much all the stuff I bought from Sephora recently. So I did 2 Sephora hauls for their VIB sale and friends and family sale. I got quite a few things since they were doing a discount, and I told you guys I would film a get ready with me so we could see my first impressions on the products and see how they perform, since I did get quite a few things. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First thing I'm going to do is prime my eyes with a little bit of NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is one of my favorite eye primers. And then I'm so excited to be using this Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette for the first time. I love the color scheme of this one. It has really pretty pastels, which I think could be fun for like winter time. And there's a lot of shimmers and glitters in here. And I love Huda Beauty palettes. They have some of my favorites, like their new nudes palette and their little minis are standouts for me in my collection. So let's see how this one performs. So I always start with my eyes first, just in case I mess up and then I don't have to ruin the rest of my face. I'm gonna go into this beige shade called Momentum, and that's just going to set my primer and use as a base so all my shadows blend smoothly. And then for my crease, I'm going to take the shade Libra here. It's this pastel lavender, and that's just going right in the crease. The shade is pretty light, which is to be expected, but I think it will be a nice, just like kind of transition shade. Next, I'm going to take the shade Hot Mess, and I'm also going to put this in the crease as well. Next, I'm taking the shade Vortex. This is a deep purple, and that's going to go in the outer corner. I do feel like these shadows do blend nice. They feel like the normal Huda shadows that I'm used to, so I do enjoy the quality. And I feel like they're pretty easy to work with. So next I want to use the shade Nebula, and it's kind of this glittery shade. I'm going to see how it does without a glitter glue. Okay, so that seems like it will work. I bet you could get a lot more pigmentation by using a glitter glue though. So that looks actually really pretty. It's very sparkly and beautiful, and I didn't have to use a glitter glue or anything. Do a little bit of Hot Mess on my lower lash line. Alright, so that's the palette. I feel like this was pretty easy to work with, and I think the shades are really pretty. This probably won't be like an everyday palette for me, since it is a lot of like colors and pastels, but I do think this is really fun if you want like a really light colored shimmery eye look. So I just went ahead and did my brows real quick with the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. I pretty much am always wearing this whenever I have my brows done. It's pretty much always this. It is my go-to. And then I just put some primer on as well for the face, because we're going to try out a new foundation here. I'm using the Fenty Beauty mattifying primer a lot lately, and I feel like it goes so well with my foundations, and I like that it's mattifying without being too drying, if that makes sense. So I've been really liking that. But for the new foundation I have today, I'm really excited to try this out. I have not used it yet. It's from Shiseido, and it's called the Synchros Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation, which sounds so cool, honestly. It's described as a weightless foundation with active force technology that synchronizes with skin and self-refreshes nonstop for a 24-hour just applied look and flawless finish. That's so crazy to me. So let's go ahead and put this on as well. For my foundation, I constantly use Sigma brushes. I just can't get over this brush. I've used it since I started my channel basically, and I can never find anything I like more, but it's the Sigma F60. I'll have everything linked in the description box if you're wondering about anything, but yeah, I love this brush so much. You guys, I just love that it's a flat top kabuki, and I feel like it applies my foundation perfectly. You guys will have to let me know your favorite foundation brush. I'm hoping this foundation will match. I am a little bit self-tan. It's fading a little, so it might be okay. This is in the shade Shell 160. I'm going to do 2 pumps because that's usually how much foundation I typically do. Oh yeah, I think this color will be okay. It's a little bit light, but it should blend in, I think, by the end. It does have a really nice finish, I can notice already. Very lightweight, and it's not super thick, so it's not super cakey, but it's still covering, which is very important. I always have problems finding a good lightweight foundation that has enough coverage to cover any acne spots I have and stuff like that, because I like a full coverage look, but I don't like the feel of it. And I'm just going to add a tiny bit more because I have just a couple areas right here that I really want just a little extra. Alright, so that's actually looking very nice. I'm very impressed so far. I'm excited to see how it wears throughout the day. I think I'll do an update for you guys as well at the end to see how everything looked after I've worn it for a few hours. So yeah, it looks really, really nice. I'm very, very impressed. It's not too matte, it's not too dewy, just a nice in-between. So I'm just going to throw on some concealer. I don't have a new one, so I'm just using my tried and true Jeffree Star Magic, which is my favorite concealer, by the way. I don't know if I ever talk about it so much on my channel, but yeah, I'm always using this. I always have it tagged in my Instagram photos. It's so good. So I just put that underneath. And I'll set my concealer with the Jeffree Star Magic Powder, which I also really like as well. Jeffree Star makes some really nice products that are, like, honestly holy grails in my collection that a lot of people really don't talk about. Like, I feel like no one talks about their powder and concealer, and it's seriously like my favorite from his line. So next I'm going to put some mascara on. I'm just going in with Urban Decay Perversion, which I think I've had this for a while. I just haven't used it yet, so I'm going to try that real quick. I think they do sell this at Sephora too. So that one was pretty good actually. I would say it's mediocre. It's not like my favorite, but I do like that it kind of lengthened my lashes and separated them well. Next, I'm going to throw on some bronzer here. So this one's fairly new to me from the brand Lawless Beauty. I have used this and I do enjoy it, but since it's fairly new, I thought I would go ahead and include it in this video since I did buy it during, I think, the Friends and Family sale. But I really like the shade on this one. I know there's two different shades and they don't write the shade on the packaging, which is kind of annoying. So I'll figure out which one this one is and put it in the description box. I'm pretty sure it's the lighter one. Next up, I'm so excited to use this because I have not tried it yet, but this is from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Blush Quad, the Ghost one. So it has this fun, like, clear see-through packaging. And I was debating buying this or getting, like, the big palette, but I've gotten a couple of the big palettes before. I always, like, declutter them because I never use them. So I figured I would actually use something like this. It's a little bit smaller, and I love the blushes in the palette. So I figured that this would be the best option for me. So I think I want to go ahead and use this shade. I feel like it looks kind of purpley. I feel like it would go with our eye look, so I'll just dip my brush into that one. Ooh, so pretty. What's nice about these is they go on a little lighter and you can really build them up, but they're just so gorgeous and beautiful on the skin. It just kind of melts right in like you're naturally blushing. So, so pretty. Next we have highlighter. So I have not used this one yet either, even though we have a slight highlight from our Hourglass blush. Those have some shimmer in it, but we're going to add even more glow, and I'm so excited to use the Milk Flex highlighter. I've heard so many good things about it. It's so, like, almost jelly finish. Like, when you touch it, it feels so cool. So I'm just taking a Sigma high cheekbone highlight brush. I'm going to dip in there and just highlight the cheekbones. Wow, that's really gorgeous. It's very, very pigmented. Definitely stands out. It's definitely not a natural highlight, but it's really beautiful since it has that almost cream finish to it. I feel like it gives it almost like a wet look. For lipstick, I'm going to use this one from Huda. It is the matte lipstick in the shade Girls Trip, and I've been dying to put this on. Will be pretty pink in today's look, but that's okay. I do like the formula of these. This is definitely a really pretty like rose pink color. I was expecting it to be a little bit lighter, but it is totally fine. I do enjoy the shade. I think that looks really pretty with our eyes actually. This highlight though, it's like all I can see. That was very intense. And then I'll go ahead and top that off with some gloss. I have this one from Patrick Ta. The gloss is definitely going to be worn off by the time I do my update because I'm going to go out to dinner. And I hate having like glossy lips when I'm eating because it just is messy. But this is in the shade She's Expensive. And this smells like those mint like Girl Scout cookies. Oh, what are they called? Thin Mints. It smells really good. And this gloss is a nice finish. It's not sticky. Just gives a nice light sheen to the lips. So I think that's everything from testing out the Sephora products that I purchased recently. So far, I really am enjoying everything. There's nothing that I'm like not really digging. I usually try to do a lot of research before I buy stuff from Sephora since it is such a big purchase. I want to make sure I'm going to like it, so I watch tons of reviews. So it's oftentimes I don't find a ton of products that I don't care for. So I'm gonna definitely wear this for a few hours and I'll check back with you and see how everything is doing. But so far, I really like it. So you guys have to let me know your opinions as well, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Hey guys, I wanted to jump on here with my vlog camera and give you guys basically an update before I take this makeup off of how everything held up. To be honest, I'm actually really impressed with everything. Like, my face, it still looks dang good, and this makeup has been on for 6 hours. Craziness. Like, I'm really digging the foundation. Usually foundations are hard for me because I have oily skin, and usually my face looks like a grease ball by the end of the night, but I have a lot of highlight on, but I still look really good. Like, it's not too greasy in my opinion. Looking here in the mirror, the only thing is like my under eyes, you could definitely tell like my makeup is running a little bit, and I don't know if that's probably honestly my mascara's fault. And that wasn't even from my Sephora haul, but my face is just a tiny bit oily. I'm really impressed with the Huda palette because none of the glitter fell out onto my face. I haven't touched anything up, so that's good. Yeah, the Shiseido foundation was amazing. I feel like my blush, bronzer, and highlight is still on. Also, I don't know what's up with my voice. It's like almost midnight, so I think it's just like I'm tired. I need to go to bed. But it seems like I have a deep voice for some reason. But yeah, looking in this mirror here, it honestly held up really well, and I cannot wait to use that Shiseido foundation more. I'm very impressed with the products. So let me know your thoughts down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this fun testing out Sephora makeup. I'll have these products linked in the description bar if you're interested in picking anything up. These all can make really great gifts as well. And so far, I'm really impressed. There's nothing really bad I have to say about anything. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye guys.